Don't tell yourself stories. Hi, my name's Dave, and welcome to The Daily Stoic, 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. Today is March 6th. Don't tell yourself stories. In public, avoid talking often and excessively about your accomplishments and dangers. For however much joy you recounting your dangers, it's not so pleasant for others to hear about your affairs. Epictetus, Epicurion, 33.14. Modern philosopher Nassim Taleb has warned of the narrative fallacy, the tendency to assemble unrelated events of the past into stories. These stories, however gratifying to create, are inherently misleading. They lead to a sense of cohesion and certainty that isn't real. If that's too heady, remember that Epictetus points out there's another reason not to tell stories about your past. It's boring, annoying, and self-absorbed. It might make you feel good to dominate the conversation and make it all about you. But how do you think it is for everyone else? Do you think people are really enjoying the highlights of your high school football days? Is it really the time for another exaggerated tale about your sexual prowess? Try your best not to create this fantasy bubble. Live what's real. Listen and connect with people. Don't perform for them. Ooh, that one hit homes for me because I do stand-up comedy, so I like to perform for people. But I think it is really important to recognize, we are able to create this kind of narrative or story in our heads that we believe, all right, in the life this goes this way. And you have every right to believe that, but recognize that you only kind of what's fact is fact, right? What, the facts on the ground and the reality of what is. And this is coming to a point of that awareness of recognizing, of accepting what things are, Personally, I don't think there's nothing wrong with telling a story to someone, particularly if you have a moral lesson to that story, a way to relate if they're going through a problem or an issue, giving them a scenario that they can actually apply that principle or skill and how it worked for you. Because that's the way that I found the best way to actually teach someone. Not by saying, oh, you should do this, because no one ever really responds well to that. But by giving them hey, this is what I did, and X, Y, and Z happened because of it. And that gives them some clear, tangible results, right? And I'm not making it about me. I'm actually making it about what we're doing. And keeping it present in the moment and connecting it back to the person. Recognizing that the stories we can tell ourselves can be also really negative. If you have depression or especially alcoholism, and especially with ADHD, you'll create this negative kind of story in your head that will kind of lower you, make you more depressed, and you believe that you are a bad person because of X, Y, and Z, but that doesn't make you a bad person. You just have to deal with the consequences of your choices. And the opposite end too is if you create these tall tales in your head of oh, I'm actually better than I am, then you probably will rub people the wrong way as well, because you're not actually being in your own reality. You're being in your own reality instead of the reality of what's in front of you. Yeah, that's kind of what I got on today's reading. We'd love to know what your thoughts are. Do you have a tendency of telling yourself a story? Do you run fallacy stories in your head? If so, what do you struggle with when it comes to kind of making up your own kind of stories in your head that do not serve you, right? I think there are certain stories that can serve you, but you have to keep that in balance with your value sets. That's at least what I'm getting at. Yeah, thank you so much. A lot of new subscribers, so really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for making it this far into the video. If you have, thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Don't forget to check out all the other Daily Stoic videos for any day you missed. And don't forget to check, subscribe, follow, hit the bell notification, all those fun things as well. And with that, I wish you a great, if not better day.